Hey besties, it's Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. Today we're going to be using Dollar Tree mini Christmas trees and I'm so excited. I'm starting off with one of the green mini Christmas trees, and then I've got these two Dollar Tree long plank signs with the stars, and this is some fabric I got at Walmart. I'm going to put the two signs together by just putting some large craft sticks on the back, hot gluing them, and that's going to be perfect for holding this together. They're very lightweight pieces of wood, and so this is going to be super efficient for this. And there we go. Now it is put together. And in true Dollar Tree fashion, the signs aren't the same size, so there's a little gap on top, but that's okay. We won't even see that. I'm going to open up the Christmas tree, take off the piece at the very bottom, and then we won't use these little stand pieces either. So I'm going to start fluffing the tree, pulling down the branches. Now once I get them all fluffed, I'm actually going to flatten the back side because we're going to lay that down. Now I'm going to take the fabric and I'm going to cut out a square that's going to be almost like the little box that the tree is sitting in. And then I'll cut a separate strip because I want to put a piece on the top just to give it like a rim. And I'm going to rip all four edges to give it that really cool kind of frayed distress look. I'm going to hot glue that extra piece I put on there right on the top. You could use fabric glue too. I just had the hot glue handy and it really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to position it on the planks over the base of the tree so you don't see that metal piece. I'm just going to hot glue it down. Now I thought afterwards it might have been cute to stuff that with something just to give it a little more, dimension. But I thought of it after the fact, so you could do that if you wanted to. But I still think it looks really cute, even just the way it is. And now I'm going to attach the tree with a lot of hot glue underneath just to make sure it stays in place. And it's really not going to go anywhere because it's definitely stuck on there. Now I'm going to trim off the top of the tree because it was a little bit too long. I'm going to take some white paint. I'm going to start flocking the tree. And I just used a stencil brush because it's got the rough bristles and that just worked really well to not cover it heavy duty. I've got these beautiful glitter branches. I've got gold and silver here and some red ones. Those are the three colors that you can get it in that I've ever seen. And I love that just pop of sparkle that it adds. I think it's so pretty. I'm going to add some berries with a leaf down here in the bottom and then some kind of gold glitter berries also on there. And then another set of berries with a leaf up towards the top. Now I'm going to take a couple of ribbons. One was one I had left over, and this other one, the red one, is from Dollar Tree. I made some loops. I'm just going to alternate them on top of each other. And then I'm going to pull it together with a piece of one of the ribbons and just kind of hot glue it around the back to create that center. Now I'm going to cinch it even tighter and kind of bend it in half, if that makes sense. And of course, I'll fluff the little loops. And then I'm going to hot glue it just to the very top of that fabric. But first, we're going to create some tails. So I'll use that red ribbon. I dovetailed the ends. I'm just going to cut two tails. And then I'm going to hot glue that bow right over the middle of the top of that. And that just gives it a beautiful look, like it's just a wonderful bow that I'm not very good at making. I'm going to do the faux knot on the top where the holes are. Just take a big piece of nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, make a knot for each one, glue it on, and then I'll turn it over and attach the rope to the back right where the knot would be. That way it looks like it's coming through the holes, which the holes are not big enough for this kind of rope. So this is a great way to do it. I use hot glue and then I always end up putting masking tape to secure it. And that is it for this one. I think it turned out gorgeous. I mean, I seriously love this one. You'll have to let me know what you think. And it's actually a pretty lightweight piece. It's gonna look just beautiful, but it's nice and substantial. This project, I'm going to use two of the green mini trees. I've got a paint stir stick, and then I've got some ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I've got a couple of beautiful silver snowflakes, and I've got a bell that says Merry Christmas. I've got these gold pinecone garlands. I'm going to take the ends and the pieces off the tree that are for the stand. And on the second one, I'm just going to clip off all of the branches. I'm just going to take the whole thing apart. So we're going to go ahead and fluff the one tree that's still, assembled, flatten it, and then we're going to take some zip ties and we are going to attach it to the paint stir stick. So we're making a swag, but this could also be a centerpiece for, any table that you have. So we'll get them on there, position them before I tighten and cut them. I just like to make sure everything's in the right place. And then the other one, I'm just going to kind of filter through the back around the branches and then attach that as well. So once I get it in position, then I will tighten them and I'll make sure that the piece that connects it is towards the back, and I'll snip off the ends that are there. Now I'm going to start hot gluing those pieces that I cut off of the other one, and I'm just going to continue to fill in down the rest of this paint stir stick. So I'll go on the sides and then I'll fill in across the top once that's done, and just kind of make sure that it looks, nice and thick. We'll cut off the piece at the top that was a little too long. So now I'm going to take the bell ornament, I'm going to cover up the hole by adding some more berries. I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, I'm going to kind of flatten the center as I fold it and hot glue it, and then I'll take a piece of ribbon and just cover that part where I glued it on to make sure it's very secure. Now with those two pieces of the pipe cleaner sticking out, I will feed them through the swag, and I will go ahead and twist and attach that on the back and then add some hot glue for extra security. Now I'm going to take the snowflake ornaments. I'm going to cut off the little circle at the top for the hanger because that's just an extra piece that we don't need. And then on the back side, I'm going to feed through a zip tie, and that way I can attach one to each end of the swag. Now I'm going to fluff the branches of the tree from the back because it's easier to see them now that I've got things on the front. Look how cute this is shaping up. And then I'll kind of adjust the ones on top as well. Now I'm going to make a couple of ribbon bundles. So what I'm going to do is cut several pieces of this red ribbon, and then I'm going to cut some pieces of this little white snowman ribbon. And then I've got these plaid ribbons that I used to stick in my Christmas tree, so they were already cut. I'm going to fold in the ends and then kind of cinch them in the middle. I'm going to glue the back side and make kind of like little flowers out of each one of them. So what I'll do is I'll crisscross two of the red ribbons and then two of the white ribbons over the top. And then I will take a pipe cleaner and I will wrap it around the center just to kind of pull that together, and I will tighten it. Now once that's attached, I will have to fluff those little ribbons. And now I'm going to attach my little, kind of faux flower that I made out of the plaid ribbon right to the center. And this creates our little ribbon bundles. And I'm making 3 of these. And I'm going to attach them to the front of the swag. I'm going to do 2 on the bottom where it's wider and 1 up towards the top. And I think this just adds such a beautiful pop of color and interest. I think it's so fun to do this. I've got these red glitter branches that I'm just going to attach here and there inside of the swag and just kind of, situate them the way I think looks really cute. Again, just adding more color and sparkle and just kind of cutting little pieces and filling in. This is turning out so beautiful. I love it. I think it's just gorgeous. I really love doing Christmas crafts, don't you? They're just so festive and it makes you happy. So let me know what you think. I've got 2 of the green mini Christmas trees from the Dollar Tree. I've got this cute little piece I got at the Target dollar spot. It's like a wall hanging thing that you could decorate. I have this gold garland with the pine cones on it. And so I'm going to open up the trees and I'm going to remove the base and the pieces that you use for the stand for both of them. Then I'm going to situate them inside of this hanging piece. I'm going to use some zip ties to attach them to each other and then also attach them to the hanging piece. I want to make sure it doesn't move around. And I'm going to make sure that that metal part of the Christmas trees is hidden inside of the Christmas trees so that you don't see it from the front. I find that zip ties are the best ways to attach things like this because they are so secure. So once I have it positioned, I will tighten them and cut off the excess pieces on the end. Now I'm going to start fluffing the branches on the trees, especially going upward, but a little bit also going downward. I'll cut off each of the ends because they're just a little bit too long. Now I'm going to cut the pine cones off of that garland, and I'm going to put 3 on each end. I didn't want to go overboard and use the garland as a garland, so I thought if I just cut off the pieces, and I wanted the gold because it matches that metal piece that we're using. So I thought that would look really, really nice. You guys know how much I love these little pine cones. If anything I can do to use them, I will. Now I've got this garland with little poinsettias, and there's some sparkly ones. So I'm going to take 3 of the sparkly ones, and I'm going to situate them right in the middle here. And that covers up the part where the 2 trees come together. And of course, that pop of red is just beautiful. Then I'm going to take these gold glitter branches, and I'm just going to start putting them on the inside. I think, of course, the gold goes with the gold metal. And I just love that look. I think it just adds such a great, I don't know, festive look. I guess that's the best thing. And it makes me happy. I just think it's so pretty. And I'm not even a glitter person, but I do like this kind of a thing on Christmas decor. I think it just goes together. We'll add a few little pieces near the flowers because I thought that would also be really pretty just to put a little bit of that there. Plus it just kind of shimmers. And again, who doesn't love that, right? And that was all there was to this one. It was so easy, and I think it turned out beautiful, and you could hang it on the wall. You could hang it from your door, wherever you want. I just think it's so beautiful. It's like a swag. Let me know what you think about this one. I have one of the white mini Christmas trees from the Dollar Tree, and then I got this really cool piece from Hobby Lobby when wood was like 40% off, and it's a candle holder. So I took out the little candle holder, and I'm going to turn it upside down and glue it back in because I don't need it to be quite as deep there. And then I'm going to take this napkin ring, and I'm going to hot glue it right on top to create a little base to hide part of the Christmas tree. So we're going to take the Christmas tree out, and we are going to get rid of the stand, but we're going to leave that little base piece because we need this to be able to stand up. So for this, I'm going to use some Fix All adhesive because I don't think hot glue is going to be secure enough, but I'll also add hot glue to have it hold right away. And then I'm going to add some more hot glue on the inside, actually a lot. And I'm going to put the tree in there and just hold it and let that dry. And now I've got a really cute base for my Christmas tree. I'm going to start fluffing all of the branches. Now, these trees aren't super full, so I'm going to take a second tree and we'll start filling in where it's sparse and also on the bottom to cover up that little bit of the base that you can still see. I usually end up using 2 Christmas trees when I make anything because they just aren't super full. So there it is before I add the second tree, and it's very cute, but you can see that base. So now we'll take this one. Now, instead of cutting off the branches on this one, I unraveled it. Now, it took quite a while, but you do get longer branches if you do that. So if you have the time, it's the best way to do it. If you don't, just snip them off, whatever you want to do. So now I'm going to start with the biggest ones, and I'm going to put those on the bottom and help cover up that base there. So you'll see when I turn this sideways, it's so hard to do things that are tall like this on camera. But you'll see here, I'm going to start gluing them in, and then I'll show you how it covered the base. There you go. And it just worked perfectly. So now you don't see any of that. You just see the little napkin ring that I put there, which was intentional. And of course, the silver, I wanted that to show. So there is that part on the bottom. Then I'm going to take the rest of those little branches that are left, and I'm just going to fill in around the rest of the tree just to kind of give it a fuller look. And I really like the way that works out. I think it just looks so much nicer when there's a little bit more to the tree. Isn't that cool? Now we're going to take a bunch of red berries. We'll start with bigger pieces on the bottom and then start using smaller ones as we work our way up. And that is all I'm going to decorate this tree with, is the red berries. I thought that looked really pretty with the white tree and the red berries. And then I love the wood stand and then the silver that the napkin ring brings. And I just think this turned out beautiful. And it was very easy. Let me know what you think. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!